In this module, I'm going to show you how to harness the power of consistent and valuable content, not just for the sake of marketing, but for building authentic relationships with your audience. Let's transform how you show up on social media and elevate your marketing to a whole new level. I know it can feel overwhelming. You have a million things on your plate, and finding the time to create content that resonates can feel like one more thing to juggle. But the truth is, you don't have to be perfect to make an impact. The key is consistency, authenticity, and having the right strategy. Now, why does this matter? Content creation isn't just about posting pretty pictures or writing generic captions. It's about building your brand, strengthening relationships with potential clients, and positioning yourself as a resource in your community. Whether it's a simple Instagram post or a powerful video, your content speaks to the value you provide. And today, we're going to make that content work for you. Content creation for sales professionals. Content creation doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't need to take hours out of your day. In fact, the best content is often the simplest. Whether you're posting on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, I'm going to give you the tools to show up consistently without the burnout. I've worked with many agents and salespeople who struggle with finding the time to create content, especially when they feel like they have to reinvent the wheel every time they post. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you're not alone. Let's start with a simple framework for creating effective content. Be real, show up as yourself. People want to connect with you, not a sales version of you. Share your story, your experiences, and your passion for helping people. Share your value. Offer tips, advice, and insights that help your audience solve problems. Focus on what they need, not just what you're selling. And of course, call to action. Always end your posts with a clear call to action, whether it's asking a question or inviting them to reach out for more info. Give them a reason to engage. Let me give you a story example. So for example, a real estate agent I worked with, she was hesitant about sharing personal stories on social media because she didn't want to seem too casual. But after a few coaching sessions, she started sharing short behind-the-scene videos, like her morning coffee routine and small relatable moments of her day. Not only did her engagement increase, but she noticed a deeper connection with clients. People began messaging her, not just to talk about listings, but to chat about her favorite local coffee shop. That human connection really made all the difference. Social media marketing strategy and content scheduling. Social media doesn't have to be a time suck. In this module, I'm going to walk you through how to build a simple, consistent social media strategy that doesn't overwhelm you. Then it'll get results. I know a lot of you are balancing so many tasks, client meetings, paperwork, and the constant juggle of keeping up with social media. You're probably wondering, how can I make this easier without losing my mind? Well, you're in the right place. The power of social media comes from consistency. You don't have to post every single day, but what you do post should be intentional and aligned with your goals. Let's break it down. Create a content calendar. Plan your posts in advance. Start small by choosing 3 days a week to post. This will help you stay consistent without feeling rushed. Mix up your content. Share a combination of educational posts, personal stories, client testimonials, and behind-the-scenes glimpses. The goal is to show the human side of your business. Automate what you can. Use scheduling tools like Buffer or Later to save time and ensure your content goes live, even when you're busy. You know, I have a story example. We have a mortgage advisor named Brad. He's very experienced, and posting sporadically, he felt like social media was a waste of time. But once he implemented a simple content calendar, he noticed a huge shift. He wasn't spending hours figuring out what to post, and his audience responded positively to his consistent updates. He even dropped a post about his national champion Florida Gators when they were in the Final Four. The consistency made him look professional, and soon he started receiving messages about asking for advice, not just about loans, but about his opinions on the housing market. Building relationships through content. Lead generation without sales. Building relationships doesn't have to involve pushing sales on every post. In fact, the best leads come from when you offer value and build trust first. I've worked with sales professionals, real estate agents, mortgage advisors who think that every post has to be about a listing or a loan or a sale, but honestly, people don't want to be sold all the time. They want to know you care and that you're knowledgeable and that you're a resource. To build a genuine relationship, focus on these 3 things. Show up consistently. Your audience needs to see you regularly in their feeds, but consistency isn't about quantity, it's about value. Engage. Don't just broadcast. Respond to comments, ask questions, and create conversation. Be a part of a community that you're building. Educate and empower. Share insights that will help your audience make better decisions. For example, instead of pushing a new product post, teach your followers about what affects their credit score or how to choose the right loan or product. Here's a story example. Joey, business development for a title company that I worked with. He began sharing weekly tips on the things that buyers should know before closing. His content wasn't about selling services, it was about educating and empowering his audience about his title toolbox. Immediately, he started to see more engagement and inquiries, not for services, but for advice and recommendations. People began to see him as a trusted expert, which led to more opportunities to collaborate with real estate agents. Overcoming the fear of creating content. If you're feeling nervous about putting yourself out there, you're not alone. I've worked with countless professionals who feel the exact same way. But here's the secret. You don't need to be perfect to get results. It's normal to feel vulnerable when creating content. Imposter syndrome is a real thing, and it can make you second guess your every move. But here's the thing. No one has it all figured out, and your audience isn't looking for perfection. They're looking for authenticity. Start where you are. If you're not comfortable on camera, start with simple text posts. If you're afraid of judgment, share a small piece of advice or a personal story. The key is taking the first step. As you continue, it will get easier. Let me give you a story. David, a loan officer I work with, was terrified of going live on Instagram, but after a few practice runs, he took the plunge and did his first live stream. His engagement shot up, not because he was perfect, but because he was real. People appreciated seeing him show up, imperfections and all. Conclusion for this module. My closing message for you, you've learned a lot today, and I hope you feel more confident in your ability to create meaningful, engaging content. Remember, the journey to becoming a trusted resource in your community doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort and authenticity, you'll build relationships and create lasting value that'll set you apart from the competition. Go out there, be real, and leave your mark. I'm excited for you to move on to module number 2. Module number 2 is Done For You Content. Easy editing and optimization for social media success. Course 1, maximizing your media. Congratulations on getting your media content created with us. Now, let's take it a step further by turning those raw videos into polished, engaging content that's ready to post on your social media platforms. Don't worry, you don't need to be a video editing pro to make these videos stand out. It might feel intimidating at first, but don't stress. We've made this simple. You've already got great footage, and I'm going to show you how to polish it with easy tools that will save you time and make your videos look professional. In this module, we're going to walk through how to download and organize your media. Easy editing tools for captions, transitions, and basic video edits. Essential settings for filming with your iPhone or even using an Android device. Some of my personal favorite free apps that will make editing easy and fun without breaking the bank. Downloading and organizing your content. Before we dive into editing, let's talk about how to easily download and organize your media so you can access it quickly and efficiently. I'm going to go step by step. Let's download your files. Once you've received your edited videos from us, you'll find them in a Dropbox folder. To download the files to your device or computer, you simply have to click on the link to the Dropbox folder. Select the video file you want, then click download. In some cases, it might say export. On your computer, it will download directly to your downloads folder. On your phone, the video will save to your gallery or photos app. Here's a tip. For easy access later, I recommend creating a folder on your computer or phone called Video Content to organize all of your marketing media in one place. Organize your files. Once downloaded, make sure you label each video based on the content. For example, real estate tip number 1, or client testimonial, Jane Doe, or behind the scenes, office tour. Me personally, I kind of go by month, date, or time, like April media. This makes it much easier to locate your video when you're ready to edit or post. Editing your video for social media. Now that your video is organized and ready to go, it's time to add some final touches. Editing doesn't have to be complicated. We're going to cover the essentials: captions, transitions, and even a little flair to make your video pop. CapCut. It's an easy to use editing tool, and there is a free version. CapCut's my go-to app for quick, high-quality editing on the go. It's a super user-friendly app, and you don't need to be an expert to make professional-looking edits. Here's what you need to do. For auto captions, CapCut can automatically generate captions for your video. Simply upload your video, click on the text option, and choose Auto Captions. This will help make your content accessible to a wider audience. Transitions. CapCut offers a variety of transitions between clips that make your video feel more polished. All you have to do is tap the transition icon between clips and choose from simple effects like fade, slide, or zoom. Filters and effects. Add subtle effects to enhance your videos. You can play around with options like brightness or contrast to give your video a professional touch without overdoing it. Instagram native editing app. This is a great one if you're looking for simplicity. Instagram's native editing tools can help you take your content from basic to polished in just a few steps. Auto captions. Instagram now offers an auto caption feature, which is a great feature for capturing attention and ensuring people can follow along without sound. Stories and Reels. Both Instagram stories and Reels are easy to edit, and you can add text, stickers, and even music to your content, which is more engaging. Here's a pro tip. Use Reels for more organic traffic. I'm going to give you a wildcard app. It's Momenzo.com. For those who want something a little more advanced, Momenzo.com is a fantastic wildcard. It's a simple tool for creating videos with captions, transitions, and more. The only catch, it's for walkthroughs and tours. While there is a premium video, the free version offers enough tools for you to create content for social media. You can upload videos, add captions manually, or through their speech-to-text feature, use some basic filters and transitions. Let me give a story. Here's an example of a client that used CapCut to make their video stand out. Sarah's a real estate agent. She shot a quick video introducing herself and talking about her favorite local restaurants. She was able to add auto captions, a transition between clips, and used a simple filter to brighten the colors. When she posted it to Instagram, she saw a huge increase in comments and messages. People loved the easy-to-follow video and the personal touch. She was able to easily edit it without being a video expert, and the content resonated with her audience. In course 4, we're going to cover filming settings for your iPhone or Android phone. Great editing is only half of the battle. The other half is making sure your videos are shot in high quality. Let's quickly go over some of the key settings for filming on your phone to ensure your content looks professional. Step-by-step iPhone filming settings. Resolution. Set your iPhone to record in 4K at 60 frames per second. This provides a crisp, smooth footage with lots of details. Go to Settings, Camera, Record Video, and set it to 4K and 60 FPS. Stabilization. Turn on video stabilization to reduce any shakes, especially when going handheld. Lighting. Find natural light, always the best. Face a window or shoot outside in the golden hour for the most flattering light. Android filming settings. Resolution. Set your Android phone to record in 4K at 60 frames per second if available. For most Android phones, you'll find this option in the camera app. Settings, video resolution. The focus and exposure. You can enable autofocus for smooth focusing, especially when you're moving around or adjusting the camera angle. For stabilization, most newer Android phones have stabilization options for smoother footage. Quick captioning, using tools like Captions.ai. Sometimes you need to quickly add captions, and there's an app that will save you time and effort. Captions.ai. This app can generate captions for your video automatically, saving you from having to type everything out by hand. Here's how to use it. Upload your video to the Captions.ai platform. It will automatically transcribe your speech into captions. You can adjust the timing and the style, and then download your video with the captions already embedded, making it perfect for social media. Let me give you a story example where someone had used this. David, a loan officer, used Captions.ai for a quick video where he explained the mortgage pre-approval process. The captions came out almost perfectly and with minimal editing. He was able to post it on social media within minutes. He told me that this small time saver made him feel like he was getting more done and being consistent, which kept his audience engaged. Plus, he started getting 1 to 2 inquiries that turned into deals based on the products he discussed in the future, like DSCR and bank statement loans. I hope you've enjoyed module number 2, but let's round the corner by maximizing your content potential. You now have everything you need to take your videos from good to great without needing a professional editor. Remember, the goal is to keep things simple, stay consistent, and make your content as accessible as possible. Whether you're using CapCut, Instagram's native tools, or Captions.ai, these apps will help you create high-quality videos. Go ahead, download your media, play around with the apps we covered, and start editing your first piece of content. If you have any questions or want feedback on your videos, don't hesitate to share them in the group. I'm here to help you succeed. Module 3, Sales versus Marketing, the real talk. This is video 1, the long war of sales versus marketing. Today, we're diving into a classic beef, sales versus marketing. It's like Coke versus Pepsi, East Coast versus West Coast, and iPhone versus the green bubble people. For decades, these two teams, sales and marketing, have been pointing fingers like a Spider-Man meme. Marketing says, you're great at leads, and sales says, the leads suck, and the cycle continues. But here's the truth. In today's world, we're not enemies, we're roommates. We might not like each other's playlists, but we share the fridge, a Wi-Fi password, and the same business goals. So let's break down what this tension has been about, why it's still happening, and how you, as a modern savvy sales pro, can play the new game. Because if you're watching this, of course, you're not just here to close deals, you're here to level up your game and lead. So let's go. Welcome to Course 2, what marketing actually does and why it's not just about making things pretty. Let's clear the air really quick. Marketing isn't just the people who make the flyers or pick fonts. They're not just picking stock photos of smiling people and headshots. Marketing is responsible for getting attention, building trust, starting conversations before salespeople even show up. And believe me, that's a big deal. You know how you walk into a warm room versus a cold one? Marketing is the thermostat. If it's working, people are already curious, already familiar, already thinking, maybe this is the solution. The best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. It feels like relevance, like, oh, hey, they get me. And the best salespeople, they ride that wave. They don't fight it. They don't say, my job starts at close. They say, let's work together to make this whole thing seamless. Course 3, common marketing words you've heard, but maybe hate. Let's play a game. I'm gonna say a word, and I want you to imagine the immediate eye roll you've had when someone dropped this in a meeting. CTA, funnel, organic reach, lead magnet, retargeting, drip campaign. Yeah, these words suck when they're used like a secret club lingo. But once you know what they actually mean, you can hold your own in any room. Not because you want to become a marketing person, but because you don't want to feel like you're at a table where everyone's speaking French and you're just smiling and nodding along. This course isn't here to turn you into a guru. It's here to give you confidence. You'll learn what these terms really mean, how they apply to your daily sales rhythm, and when you should actually use them or call BS. I'm not going to tell you what that stands for. Course 4 in this module is how to be a dream sales partner to any marketer. You want to be every marketer's favorite sales pro? Here's the cheat code. Share real-world feedback. Forward emails that get replies and show them what's landing and what's not. Don't just say this isn't working. Say, here's what I'm hearing on the ground. You don't need to create the marketing, but you can absolutely help to shape it. Marketers like myself, we love data. And you have data. It's in your DMs, your call logs, your ghosted email threads. Start building that bridge. You'll get better leads, you'll make smarter follow-ups, you'll even get a seat at the table when strategy is discussed. And let's be real, half the people calling themselves digital strategists are just making it up. You have real-world context, so let's use it. Module 3 is a little different than 1 and 2. It's challenge time here in Course 5. So you're gonna get to know the drill, but here it comes. This is your challenge. I want you to text, DM, or email someone in your marketing circle, whether it's in-house or outsourced, and I want you to ask, what's one thing I can do this month to help us generate better sales? Seriously, just that. That's it. You're not promising to become a better marketing machine. You're not trying to show up as this guru. You're trying to show up as part of the team. Then come share in the community thread and let's compare notes, brag a little, and let's see what ideas have come to life. That's it for this module. You're officially bridging the gap. So let's keep it moving as we move into module number 4. This is module 4, from lead to close, mastering the journey. Video 1's about lead generation. It's not just about the leads. So welcome back. You're probably thinking, lead generation, I know how to do that. But hold on, this isn't just about getting names on a list. This is about understanding the psychology of your leads and turning that interest into actual sales. You see, leads are more than just names and emails. They're real people with real problems, and they're looking for solutions. So how do we grab their attention? How do we get them from that initial, hey, I'm interested phase to take my money? It all starts with trust. And trust, well, that doesn't happen overnight. So let's dig into how to connect with your leads, build that trust, and get them ready to buy. Welcome to Course 2 in Module 4, the power of nurturing, aka don't let them go cold. All right, So you've got leads, but they're not ready to buy yet. Now what? Nurturing is where most salespeople drop the ball. They make the first call or send the first email and think, all right, I'm done. They'll reach out when they're ready. Nope, that's not how it works. To close deals, you've got to stay on the game and in the game. You've got to follow up, provide value, and keep showing up. Every touch point is a chance to strengthen the relationship. Whether it's an email, a quick text, or a call to check in, these are opportunities to stay top of mind. Think of it like dating. You wouldn't ghost someone after the first date, right? Same goes for your leads. Module 4, Course 3, Qualifying Leads Like a Pro. Let's talk about qualifying leads. No, not in the I'm gonna ask a million questions kind of way. I mean really understanding who your ideal clients are and focusing your energy on them. You're gonna have leads that show up. Some of them are tire kickers and some of them are ready to buy. The key is to know the difference between the two. Qualifying means asking the right questions to figure out, are they a decision maker? Do they have the budget? And what problems are they really trying to solve? Stop wasting your time chasing bad leads. You've got to focus on the ones who are a true fit for your service and your product. Remember, it's always quality over quantity. Module 4, Course 4, Moving the Deal Forward. Closing isn't a dirty word. So you've built the trust. You've nurtured the relationship, and now it's time to close. But here's the thing, closing doesn't have to be scary. It's not some sales Jedi mind trick. It's just the natural next step in the process. The best closers don't pressure, they guide. They make it easy for a lead to say yes. This is where your value proposition comes in. So remind them why they need what you're offering. Show them the benefits and be confident. At the end of the day, closing is about helping the lead make the best decision for them, not about pushing a sale down their throat. Module 4, Course 5 is challenge time. All right, now that you know the ropes of the lead to close journey, it's time to put it into practice. Your challenge for today, reach out to a lead you've been nurturing for a while and move them one step closer to a decision. Ask a qualifying question, provide a value-filled update, or simply check in to keep the conversation going. Then head over to our community thread and share what happened. Did you make progress? Did you learn something new? We're all in this together. And remember, sales and real estate is a journey. It's not a sprint. You've got this. Module 5 is Overcoming Objections, the fun way. In Course 1, we're going to cover that objections really are your friends. I mean that. Welcome back, my fellow sales warriors. Let's talk about objections. And no, I'm not talking about the can I speak to your manager kind of objection. I'm talking about the real, legit reason your prospects aren't pulling the trigger just yet. Here's the secret. Objections are not roadblocks. They're opportunities. Every objection is a chance to learn more about your prospect, their pain points, and how you can better serve them. So let's dive into the most common objections and how to handle them without breaking a sweat. Module 5, Course 2. The price is too high as an objection. The dreaded price is too high objection. We've all heard it. But here's the deal. Think of yourself. Price is not always an issue. It's the value. If your prospect sees the value in what you're offering, the price becomes less of a sticking point. So how do you handle this one? First, ask a few follow-up questions. One like, what about the price feels too high? This will give you a chance to uncover their true concerns and address them head on. Then, focus on the benefits. Don't just list features. Show them how your product or service solves their problem. Once they see the ROI, price is usually a much easier pill to swallow. Module 5, Course 3, the we're not ready objection. This one's a classic. We're just not ready to make a decision yet. Well, guess what? That's fine. But here's the trick. Turn it into a conversation, not a no. Ask why they're not ready. What's holding them back? Is it timing, budget, lack of information? Once you uncover the root cause, you can adjust the approach. Maybe they need more proof, more time to think, or a better understanding of how your solution will fit into their current strategy. The key is not to let them off the hook too easily. Keep the dialogue going and be there when they're ready. Module 5, Course 4, the I'm happy with my current solution objection. I'm happy with my current solution. That's another classic. But don't be fooled. This is often just a polite way of saying, I don't see why I should change. This is where your listening skills come in. You've got to ask the right questions and understand the gaps in their current solution. What are they frustrated with? What's not working? Once you understand where their current solution is falling short, you can position your product as an upgrade they will never knew they needed. First and foremost, I have to say, I'm so proud of you for making it this far because we're rounding the corner on our third challenge within these modules. So video number 5 is a challenge. Your challenge Challenge today, pick one objection you've heard recently and practice handling it. Think about the question you could ask to get the root cause of their hesitation, and then tailor your response to provide a solution. Once you've done that, head over to our community and share your approach. Let's get the conversation started and help each other crush these objections. You've got this, so let's keep pushing forward, Fairway High Level. I look forward to seeing how you overcome these objections. Module 6, Digital Sales Tools. Working smarter, not harder. Welcome to Course 1, the Digital Shift in Sales. Welcome back to another module. Today, we're diving into digital sales tools. No, this isn't about turning you into a tech guru, but this is about making your life easier. Sales has gone digital, and if you're not using the right tools, you're working harder than you need to. Tools like CRM systems, email automation, and scheduling apps are no longer optional. They're essential. Let's explore the digital tools that can transform your sales process and free up your time to focus on what you do best: selling. Course 2, CRM systems, your digital sidekick. If you're not using a CRM, customer relationship management system, you're probably juggling a lot of spreadsheets, emails, and post-its. Let's change that. A CRM is your digital sidekick. It helps you track your leads, follow up at the right time, and organize your sales pipeline. No more scrambling to remember who you talk to and when. Think of it as your personal assistant, who's on top of everything so that you can focus on closing more deals. Let us know in the community what CRM you're currently using, and if you're not using one, get in the community to find out which one would be best for you. Course 3, Email Automation. Set it and forget it. Email, the old standby. But here's the thing, email doesn't have to be a grind. With the right automation tools, you can set up a series of emails that nurture your leads, follow up with them, and automatically keep your communication consistent without lifting a finger. Sounding good to be true? It's not. Email automation can save you hours every week and make sure your leads are getting the right message at the right time. Course 4, Scheduling Tools. No more back and forth. Let's talk scheduling. If you've ever spent 20 minutes trying to coordinate a meeting time, you know how much of a pain it can be, but there's an easier way. Scheduling tools like Calendly or Acuity take the back and forth out of the equation. They let your prospects pick a time that works for them, and you don't have to lift a finger. It's simple, streamlined, and makes you work like a pro. Module 6, Course 5, Challenge Time. Your challenge today: pick one digital tool you're not currently using and explore it. Maybe it's a CRM, an email automation tool, or a scheduling app. It takes 10 minutes, set it up, and let's get started. Then come share your experience in the Fairway Next Level community. Was it easy to use? What did you learn? We're all about having a little bit of an easier time with the tools that we manage. Remember, working smarter, not harder, is the name of the game. Module 7, Pattern Disruption on social media. Stand out to sell more. You're going to learn how to use scroll-stopping content tactics to generate more visibility, engagement, and ultimately leads. What is pattern disruption and why it sells? If your content looks like everyone else's, it blends in. And if it blends in, it dies in the feed. That's where pattern disruption comes in. It's the creative strategy of interrupting the unexpected. Think of it like a record scratch, mid-scroll. Something that makes the viewer stop, tilt their head, and go, wait, is that a tequila bottle as a microphone? What is this? Pattern disruption doesn't mean random. It means an intentional contrast. You'll notice I'm not wearing the suit. I still have my cool glasses, but now I have a hat. So let's use some examples. A sales rep who's wearing a full suit in a swimming pool. Are you kidding me? Opening your post with a confession like, I ghosted 14 leads last month, and here's why. Using a lo-fi video on purpose in a sea of polished and beautiful videos. You see, it's not that you're doing something weird or funky. It's that people's brains are wired to notice contrast. So when you shift the format, sound, or visual rhythm, you create that opening. From there, you drop your value bomb, and that's how disruption becomes dollars. Course 2. Here are 3 core types of pattern breaks that you can start using today. Let's break it down. There are 3 go-to types of pattern disruptions, and you can steal one today. Number 1, a visual disruption. Use unusual settings, props, or angles. Example, record your sales tip while holding a plant, using a megaphone, or in a car wash. Weird? Yes. Effective? Very. Verbal disruption. Lead with an unexpected phrase. Here's an example. Don't trust anyone who says, just follow up. If you're in sales, stop networking. Number 3 is going to be content format disruption. Break the post rhythm. In other words, carousels can go backwards. They don't have to tell the story from beginning to end. It could be from end to beginning. A LinkedIn post with only 1 word per line. Maybe a vertical video in a horizontal world. Your goal, make the scroll stop long enough to earn attention. We're in an attention economy. Then you have to back it up with substance. Course 3, creating scroll stopping content. Step by step. Let's get hands-on. Here's how to create a pattern disruptive post from scratch. Step 1, start with the value. What's the insight, tip, or offer? Start with this before you even think about being clever. Number 2, pick the disrupting visual. Is it a visual? Is it a prop? Is it a color pop or an odd location? This is going to help you to really get people to stop scrolling. Focus on the verbal side as part 3. Write 3 hook lines that challenge common beliefs and pick one. Formatting. Try a tweet overlay, a video that opens with silence, or a reversed carousel logic. Also, I'm from a different age, so tweet, X, we get it. Step 3, keep it tight. Short sentences, clear structure, strong CTA. Call to action. You can learn that. This is where sales comes in. It makes your ask clear. DM disrupt, and I'll show you my top performing post format. Here's a bonus tip. Add captions. 85% of social video is watched on mute. One great post can spark convos, shares, and sales. You just got to break through the pattern. Course 4, don't just disrupt. Convert. Getting attention is one thing, but turning that attention into action, that's the money shot. Here's how to bridge from disruption to sales. Clarity over cleverness. Your hook stops the scroll, but your message has to land fast. Drop the tip, the offer, or the story in 10 seconds or less. Here are some micro call to actions. Comment yes if this is for you. DM me for the entire checklist. Save this for your next pitch. Link the content to your offer. Pattern disrupt. This is why most cold call DMs suck. And pivot. Here's how I book 3 calls a week using this one-liner. You're not here for likes, you're here for leads. And the leads come from clarity, relevance, and good timing. I can't believe we have completed 7 modules together, but this is course 5. And as you know, it's challenge time. So this is your challenge this week. Create 1 pattern disruptive post and publish it on your platform of choice. Could be a video with a wild hook, could be a carousel that flips a myth, or maybe a post with a scroll stopping visual or phrase. Do your post and share it. And once it's up, drop it in our school thread. Tell us, what type of disruptor did you use? What results did you get? Did you get DMs, replies, engagement? Oh, and go comment on at least 2 other people's posts. This is how we grow together. Let's shake up the feed and turn it into your lead machine. Module 8, community and content. Turning your network into a referral engine. Shifting from content to connection, putting the social before the media. Here's the deal. We all want to go viral. We want that one post to hit, explode, and bring in a flood of leads. But here's the truth. It doesn't happen that often. And even when it does, it's not the end-all be-all of your marketing strategy. Instead of focusing on the quantity of posts, we should focus on the quality of your interactions. Engagement. Whether it's commenting, liking, sharing stories, or tagging others, this is one of the most powerful ways to build relationships. Put the social before the media. Be intentional in engaging with others before expecting your content to get the same attention. And here's why. People love recognition. They love seeing their names tagged, their stories shared, and receiving a thoughtful comment. By showing up for others and interacting with their posts, you build a foundation of trust and visibility that can grow organically. In this video, we'll explore how to turn social engagement into real connections and how to bring that person who supports others into a position to become the go-to professional in the network. Module 8, Course 2, the blessing of engagement, becoming a connector. So let's flip the script. Instead of always focusing on how many people see your post, let's focus on how many people you can impact with your engagement. You don't need to post every single day to stay top of mind. What's more important is consistently showing up in other people's content. How can you do this? It's simple. Comment genuinely on connection posts, not just great posts, add value. For example, I love how you shared that tip about local business. Or I found that supporting small business can really impact the whole community. Or here's another resource I think your followers would appreciate. Share their stories. When someone posts something relevant to your business, don't be afraid to share it to your network. This is about creating a cycle of giving first. Tag people in your posts. If you mention someone or a topic, tag them. It's a simple gesture that could be the start of a meaningful conversation. By connecting with others and engaging authentically, you aren't just hoping to be noticed, you're actively becoming part of their narrative too. Community starts with engagement. Module 8, Course 3, The Power of Reciprocity, How Engagement Builds a Referral Engine. If you've ever wondered how to start building a referral engine, it starts right here, with engagement. Think of it as sowing seeds of goodwill. You might not get immediate returns, but over time, your consistency creates trust. Trust breeds referrals. When you take the time to comment on a potential client's post, or when you share a piece of content from a colleague, you're establishing yourself as a connector and a resource. This doesn't mean you're looking for a favor every time you engage. Instead, you're creating goodwill, which ultimately creates a network that's ready to refer when the opportunity arises. In this video, we're going to break down how small, intentional acts of engagement lead to long-term relationship building, and how these relationships turn into referrals over time. Module 8, Course 4, Building Your Community Through Consistent, Intentional Content. It's time to shift our focus back to content, but with a twist. Rather than focusing on the goal of going viral, let's think about how your content can add value to your community. What can you share that encourages conversation, inspires action, or even just brings a smile to your audience? Here's the kicker. You don't need to post every single day. The real key is being strategic and intentional. Posting a few times a week with quality content that resonates with your audience is far more effective than posting daily for the sake of posting. So let's discuss how. Start with storytelling. Share stories about your services. Help your clients. Make it relatable. It doesn't always have to be about business. It can be personal stories that show your value, like helping others or celebrating your community. Engage through polls or questions. Your audience loves to feel heard. Ask them what they're thinking, what challenges they need help with. It shows you care, and it makes them more likely to engage back. Keep it personal. Instead of doing a generic post about your services, show behind-the-scene moments, like setting up a meeting or celebrating a small win. This shows authenticity and makes your content feel real. Module 8, Course 5, Putting It All Together, Creating a Referral Engine Through Intentional Engagement. Now that we've covered the basics of content and engagement, it's time to pull everything together into a referral machine. Here's the truth. It's not about being everywhere at once. It's about being intentional and consistent. Engage first. Focus on commenting, liking, and sharing. Show up for others, and your audience will take notice. Post with purpose. Share content that makes your audience feel something, whether it's inspiration, education, or connection. And remember, consistency wins. Be there day in and day out. You don't have to post daily, but make sure your interactions stay consistent. By focusing and following these principles, you will be laying the foundation for a robust referral engine. It's all about creating community of trust and value, where people think of you, not just as a service provider, but as a go-to resource. When you create these genuine relationships, referrals will flow naturally. So here's a challenge for you. Your challenge for today is going to be engage intentionally with at least 5 people in your network, whether it's through comments, story shares, or a direct message. Your goal is to build or strengthen connections. Don't be afraid to make it personal. Share something meaningful and offer your help. Here's a bonus. If your interaction leads to a conversation that brings in a new opportunity or a referral, then I want you to come share your story in the community. What worked and what surprised you? So as we wrap up this module, remember, this isn't about making a splash with every single post. It's about creating genuine connections through consistent, intentional engagement. When you focus on being a blessing to others and genuinely engaging with their network, you set the stage for long-term growth and a referral engine that works on your behalf. Good luck moving on to Module 9. Module 9, Storytelling and Personal Branding Without Oversharing. Course 1, Finding Your Content Character. What do you want to be known for? I have to say, this is one of my favorite areas of marketing and advertising, personal branding. In this book, I have multiple experiences over the years, and these experiences have earned me some best of awards in my local market. Best advertising, best PR, best videographer. So I want to share this, how you can be a better storyteller. So let's roll up the sleeves and get into it. Let's start with the foundation of your content character. This is the persona that you want to present to the world in your digital space. It's not just about your job title or what you do, it's about how you want to be seen by your audience. This is the image that you want to project, but with authenticity and relatability at the core. Before you start telling stories, you need to know who you are in the eyes of your audience. So let's dig deep into this process. Here's what I want you to ask yourself. What are the top 3 things I want people to associate with me? It could be trust, trust, expertise, accountability. How can I tie my personal story to my professional work? Think about pivotal moments in your career that have shaped your journey. And what traits make me stand out from others in my field? It could be your leadership style, your unique approach to client relationships. Think about it. When you're clear on your character, your storytelling becomes focused. It makes everything you share intentional and relevant. Your audience won't just connect with your business, they'll connect with you as a person. So let's move on to creating your stories so they align with your character. Module 9, Course 2, Story Arcs that build connection and trust. Now that you have a clear understanding of your content character, it's time to learn how to craft your stories. Effective storytelling is what will build trust and connection with your audience. It's not just about showcasing your expertise, it's about showing the journey that got you there. There's a simple structure for effective storytelling. Set the scene, provide context, tell your audience where the story is taking place and who's involved. Share the challenge. What obstacle did you face? This is where you show vulnerability, but keep it relevant to your audience. The resolution. How did you solve a problem? What did you learn along the way? This is the heart of your story. It's the takeaway. Transformation. What's different now? How did this story change you or your approach to business? This is the before and after moment for your audience. Let me give you an example. You're telling a story about overcoming an obstacle in your business. Set the scene by describing a tough market you had to work through. Share the challenge of losing clients due to tough competition. Then share the resolution. You introduced a new personalized service offering. Finally, highlight the transformation. You gained a new client who was attracted to your new approach. Craft your story arcs. An arc is a narrative with this structure, and ensure that you are not just telling a random story, but offering value that resonates with your audience emotion and needs. Module 9, Course 3, What to Share and What to Skip, the balance of personal branding. Building a personal brand means striking a balance between what you share and what you hold back. The key to building a trusted brand is authenticity, but authenticity doesn't mean oversharing. So let's break down what to share. Personal stories that show your journey and why you do what you do, like the inspiration behind starting your business or a key lesson learned. Professional stories that demonstrate your expertise and problem-solving abilities. These show your audience your value without being over salesy. Behind the scene moments. These humanize you. People love seeing what's happening in your daily life or business, as long as it doesn't become oversharing. Remember, your story feature is an excellent place to share daily. Now, what to skip? Avoid oversharing your personal drama, political views, or anything that might divide your audience. Remember, a divided audience means 50% less leads and clients. Skip posting only about you. Instead, focus on stories that involve your clients, your industry, and your experiences in a way that add value to your audience. Remember, storytelling is about creating connection. If it's something that can help your audience or strengthen your relationship with them, it's worth sharing. If not, it's best to maybe keep it to yourself. Module 9, Course 4, Overcoming the Cringe Factor, How to Tell Personal Stories Without Feeling Awkward. I get it. Putting yourself out there and telling your personal stories can feel a bit cringe, but here's the truth. The more you resist it, the more you miss the chance to form a genuine connection with your audience. The key to overcoming the cringe is shifting your mindset. Instead of thinking about how you look, think about how you can help your audience. And here's how. Focus on service. Don't worry about how perfect your stories are. The goal is to share something that helps or educates your audience. The focus is on that. Be relatable. Share the challenges you faced. People connect with struggles because they see themselves in them. Relatable audience. Be vulnerable, but professional. You don't have to spill every detail of your life, but sharing a few meaningful moments of growth can make a big difference. Think of your stories as a way to serve your audience, and once you do that, the cringe factor starts to fade. We're rounding the corner with behind-the-scenes content, showing your human side without oversharing. Behind-the-scenes content is a powerful way to build a deeper connection with your audience. It allows you to show the human side of your business, but you have to do it strategically to make it meaningful. Here's how to incorporate behind-the-scenes content. Share the process. People love seeing how things work behind the curtain. Show how you prepare for meetings, client calls, or even a simple daily task that keeps your business running. Highlight the work. If you've recently completed a major project, share the steps you took to get there. But don't make it all about you. Talk about your team, your clients, and the effort it took to make the project successful. Humanize your business. Share the challenges you face in business and how you overcome them. This shows your audience that you're relatable just like them. Remember, the point of behind-the-scenes content is to show the real you. Not every detail, but the key moments that make your journey unique and relatable. Well, I've got a challenge for you. The Personal Story Challenge. It's going to take a few minutes to share a personal story about why you do what you do. It could be a simple post. It could be a voice note. It could even be an Instagram story. It doesn't have to be long, but it should focus on your why. Not just what you do, but why it matters to you. Here's what we're going to do. Once we're done and it's completed, we're going to post it to our social media. Tag at least 3 people who inspire you to keep doing what you do. Let's see what kind of connections you make. I can't believe we're at Module 10. You made it. A sustainable strategy. Building a content system you can actually stick to. This is where all your learning becomes living. It's no longer about theory. It's about building your real life rhythm. Here in video 1, we're redefining consistency. No, you do not need to post daily. If you've made it to Module 10, you already know the basics. And then some. You've explored content creation, repurposing, personal branding, referral generation, even sales psychology. Now it's time to zoom out and look at the big picture. How do you stay consistent, visible, and strategic without burning out? Let me say it loud. You do not need to post every single day. You don't have to perform for the algorithm or chase attention like a hamster on a wheel. What you do need is to be memorable when it matters. Consistency is not about volume. It's about value and timing. In this session, we'll reframe the consistency around presence over pressure, the people first interaction, and of course, using your platform as a tool. It's not just another to-do list. We'll also remind you how putting the social before the media creates real traction. Likes don't pay the bills. Conversations and conversions do. You're not here to go viral. You're here to build a business, and you're about to do that your way. Module 10, Course 2, designing your weekly content rhythm that you'll actually stick to. Now, let's be practical, because if there's one thing that will make or break your strategy, it's your rhythm, not just your posting schedule, but the cadence of connection that you create. Your rhythm should match your real life, not a social media influencer's highlight reel. So here's the foundation. What is your weekly content flow looking like when it's sustainable? In other words, what can you do each week to be successful? What's your max? Let's break it down. Day 1 could be thought leadership. You can share something you've learned or believe strongly in. Position yourself as a resource. Day 2 can be social proof or a community highlight. Celebrate a win. Share a client result. Give someone else the spotlight. Day 3 can be a personal brand, something real from your life or business journey, a behind the scenes moment, a story from your past, or a lesson learned. This structure isn't rigid, it's flexible. You've already learned how to build this trust, right? That's Module 9. You've learned how to spark conversations. That was Module 8. And how to use tools, like in Module 6. And how to optimize your own content voice. That was Module 1 through 5. Now it's time to tie it all together into a sustainable, repeatable pattern, a rhythm that doesn't just keep you visible, it keeps you aligned. Course 3, batching and repurposing, your freedom formula. Here's the most underrated secret to staying consistent. Batch, repurpose, reuse. Because content doesn't always need to be new. There's billions of users online. It just needs to be relevant. You've already done the heavy lifting. You have client wins, stories, lessons, questions that people ask you all the time. Let's put that to work. And here's the move. You're gonna spend 1 to 2 hours every week batching your content. Use voice notes, brainstorm in your notes app, or film a few quick videos. Use one piece of content to create 3 to 5 variations: a reel, a quote, a story, a newsletter, and a captioned micro video. This is not about doing more, it's about multiplying your effort. The pros don't just post more often, they know how to get more out of what they already have. You're now on to being one of those pros. You've learned an incredible amount so far, so let's put it all into motion. Tracking what actually matters. Hint, it's not likes. Let's be real. Metrics are tricky. It's easy to obsess over views, likes, and reach, but those numbers don't always tell the full story. What matters most is, are you getting DMs? Are there referrals? Are real conversations happening from your content? Remember this phrase from earlier in the course. It's not who you remember, it's who remembers you. So in this video, we're gonna cover a few things. The 4 meaningful signals that tell you your content is working. How to measure success by engagement, depth, not just width. When and how to adjust your content without falling into an algorithm trap. You'll also create a simple check-in. Once a month, take 10 minutes to ask, what content feels best to me? What got the most real-world response? Where did your business actually show up? It's very important to see the KPIs, which are key performance indicators, the metrics, the data. Let the data guide you, but let your instincts lead. Module 10, Course 5, becoming the leader your audience thinks you are. I am so proud of you for making it this far, but this is it. the final video in the first 10-part module. Let's take a moment to recognize how far you've come. You've gone from scattered content to a confident strategy, from watching others post to becoming someone others watch. That's not small. That's a big feat. So here's your next level challenge. Show up like the leader you already are. Not a content robot, not a wannabe influencer, a modern professional with clarity, consistency, and community first energy. Because you're not here to just grow followers, you're here to build a reputation. When you show up consistently and thoughtfully, your audience starts to expect you. They start to trust you, they start to refer you, and most importantly, they start to believe in you. So I want you to know that I believe in you. I will be there to support you as your accountability partner. So stay in rhythm, keep the message real, and remember, you're building something bigger than content. You're building a business people will remember. I look forward to bringing you more modules in the future. Feel free to talk in the community and tell us what we should do in future modules. Here's your challenge. Build your sustainable system this week. I want you to do the following. Map out your weekly rhythm. Where are your go-to posts? Where are you going to batch your next 3 pieces of content? And are you going to schedule 1 day per week for check-ins, reflection, and strategy? I want you to reach out to someone in your community, client, a lead, or a peer using content as the connector. And here's a bonus. Share your rhythm or a repurposed post in the community thread and inspire someone else to take action. I'll see you guys online in the community.